And thank you, Janhit Jagran team, for providing us this opportunity. I am Mrityunjay Sahu, one of the co-founder of Vertox Labs Pvt, utilizing technology like robotics, AI, and IoT for developing solution for water quality management. Specifically in India, top 10 industrial segment altogether produce around 501 million liter of wastewater per day, and 2 million lakes less than 10 acre are being polluted, and that is creating almost one-third of the total greenhouse gases, leading to various diseases, for instance, malaria, dengue, and also neurotoxin and hepatic cancer kind of thing, which is like in India we are riddling with. During my PhD at Sydney University, what I realized that eutrophication was my topic, where most of the Western countries, they are utilizing big scale industrial, like they are laying out pipelines under the water, aerating and trying to make these water bodies better, and also treating by utilizing various automation system, which is right now in India is either not there, or even if it is there, the import substitution and other things are very costlier, which is not driving India to solve the large scale problem. In water body itself, that is creating huge problem, letting in all across the cities. If you see 200, 300 water bodies are there, either that is being tendered to the municipality, they are not getting, the contractors are not getting suitable options to maintain these water bodies, and that is where the main problem is. Even if they are spending huge amount of like Amru 2.0 scheme, where government is spending money, but that is not being utilized in a proper and structural manner. Because of that, the problem is not getting solved. The waste comes in two sources. One is industrial source, that is where you can see the grey water, and there's non-point source where you do not see the water where it comes in basically. That leads to this water bodies captures lot of waste to the system as a catchment in cities, and where all the lives are getting impacted. Our target market at the moment, what I realized, Tamsam like at least $150 million, what I can see is the very viable potential. Technology is both the hardware and the software. We have, and also to be noted that we are not only the solving the problem of water body, it is the industry also, both the segment what we are, and for that automation we have. We are supported by Indian Oil also to develop the system. So the systems are like water quality monitoring, sampling, that automation, then the data communication, capturing the solid waste that is floating on the water bodies, then cleaning the water body itself. Then when the water bodies or the water that is being discharged for the industry, the treatment system, and remote sensing also we are using to track mainly the critical parameters like phycocyanin, microphyte, chlorophyll, so that, and the TSI index what we are presenting with. Majority of the contractors or a lot of people who are competitors, they're telling like they are rejuvenating the water bodies, but they're not telling what is their rejuvenation is all about. So eutrophication, and we are parametrically telling the TSI index, where we are telling what was the water body and where it is going to reach. So this is for the effluent treatment system for industrial, where the input water and the output water, we have developed the sensing system. Based on the sense, we are grading first what kind of water quality, and based on that, what sort of coagulation, flocculation, and flotation is needed, we are defining, so that we are optimizing the resource, we are optimizing the energy in that, and also we are targetedly telling what kind of water quality we are discharging out. Along with that, this is in developmental stage. We got BIRAC seed fund, BIRAC big fund for this, for cleaning up the water bodies, where two floating mobile bot will take the trash out, so that it can also go for oil spillage and port cleaning systems as well. But this is something what we are in the trial phase. In terms of the industrial cost benefit, like we are realizing that almost 2 times of the benefit, because of the resource we are optimizing, energy cost and the human labor cost basically. The labor cost is actually putting the pressure on them, because they are not skilled either, or the resources is not there basically. Similar is the situation with the wastewater, ponds, where your municipality, the tenders, we are not trying to get the tender from the government, rather we are trying to provide the equipment to the contractor so that they will get more benefit out of it. And we got similar project with NBCC in Angul, one of the project where NBCC got the tender and they gave it to us, and they are purchasing the equipment with AMC with us basically. So that's the business model what we are thinking and trying to validate. At the moment, we are looking around 2.5 crore. We are trying to set up the manufacturing. And most important, like what I need from the panel and jury is that the government connections, mainly enabling the channel partners, and that is the one of the bigger shortfall, because we need to work in hand with the with the government as well as the stakeholder, and that is where policymakers in all the decisions what we need to get through, and that is where Janhit Jagran and also to create the awareness along that what is the need. It's not about the people who are suffering. The consumer is not the people. Consumer is somewhere the distribution channel or the even not the contractors in the distribution channel, and the government has to realize to put that into the one garland so that we can solve the problem in a cost effective. So and supported by IITs as well, and that's all from my end. I'll be glad to hear back anything.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I think another very innovative piece. Give us a little sense on revenue generation. How does unit economics work? Especially now that for a few of these pilots you've done hardware as a service, right? You're not outright selling it. Does it cause too much burden on the balance sheet? We just wanted to understand. We wanted to understand a little bit more on that.
Right. These two things are linked. Water bodies and the industry as well as they can be segregated basically.
Yes.
Right now we are doing in a segregated manner.
Yes.
Here the main point is like the licensing is what we are not able to do because of that the cost what we are getting from our channel partner is very low. For a 10 acre of water body where, if you can see the tender, it goes up to 7 to 8 crores. We are getting only 40-50 lakhs. On top of it, there is a burden of, doing this everything on ground. So that is how still we could manage to do that because there are logistic things and things which is under the control.
And how much does a unit today cost, right?
So per acre, we are, for water body distribution, a top side goes around 7 lakhs. But right now, the price is almost, that goes to per acre around, minimum 60 to 70 lakhs it can go.
So I'll get back to you on the hardware as a service wala jo product hai aapka. How it is exactly, and then you are giving the machinery also, and then you are who's the one who's operating that? Is that the municipality? You are training them to operate that machine, or you are the one who is?
We are kind of at the moment, sir. Everything is completely. We do not want to give the burden to the municipality.
Okay.
It's giving a burden to municipality means suicide. Basically, your things will fail. So let's say the aeration is failing. We are getting the triggers. Okay. Let's say your gear system is not. So we have all the system retrofitted in a way, made it in a way. So that we are getting all the data, and anything comes, we are the first one getting it. And that is something which we will be giving to third party so that they can maintenance, manage, and things can be done by them. Wow. So that's why IoT systems, all the data goes to them, like the failure situation, everything we are getting early, and we are completely properly managing it basically.
Okay.
So that is how it is going.
Got it. So coming back to the zero, as in when did you started? How all started this company?
Yeah. So basically, we started like after my when I returned back to India. So that is where I realized like academics one choice, then redo that postdoc and other things are also there. In fact, half of the way I left my PhD because I didn't like the way things were there. There are choices for me. I went to University of Sydney, then went to University of Canterbury, then Caltech also a few months I was there. But I realized that is not solving the purpose. And I have to come and do in a way things would solve. And fortunately, things were good at the moment. And I talked to my supervisor, in fact, and they suggest start something along that line. And probably, you might find a ray of light when you solve it, basically. And then I joined with Dr. Rajendra Singh, Waterman of India. So on policy level, I worked. Then I worked with also Kailash Satyarthi sir. So there I understood the, socio-dynamics condition, how things are worked. And that took me around 1 or 2 years to understand. Then I started this. I talked with one of my friend there in Salome was there actually in New Zealand. So there we talked. We had things in mind. We were running. She was into sustainability. I was more towards the water and technology. So on the, then we filed some patents and started working on it.
Which year you started actually?
21.
21. And help me understand how the numbers since then till date.
In terms of the revenue actually we have recently, because the technology itself development took time. Last year only we started generating revenue.
Okay.
So 57 lakhs was there this year 21 because we are more focused on the manufacturing. Okay. And also the work order were all from the government. So realizing itself is taking time. So there are pitfalls along the line.
How's your receivable cycle? And how much time it takes?
Sir, to be frank, the orders are very few. and we are not chasing month-on-month revenue and all this, because right now it's more towards validation point rather than revenue generation process.
आपका ये मशीन बनाने में कितना कॉस्ट आता है?
सर जैसे डिपेंड्स कि कहाँ पे यूज कर रहे हैं. जैसे वाटर बॉडी रिजुविनेशन में है तो इट कम्स अराउंड 1.5 लाख के आसपास. वी आर सेलिंग अराउंड 6 लाख.
ओके.
एंड वेस्ट वाटर ट्रीटमेंट का जो सेंसर्स है it comes around 1.2 के आसपास, and we are selling around 3.8 lakhs. And that's also too cheaper. I mean, existing sensors goes up to 21 to 30 lakhs each one. So altogether 1.2 crores.
So you already have competitors in this space?
Yes, it's Xylem and a lot of people are there. Why I say, but the process, the way we are doing is different than them. We have created a laboratory in the field, and what they are doing is like उनका probe है and all this. So that needs to be changed. हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? Water sampling कर रहे हैं. And we are sampling in a proper protocol, so that and sending to the reservoir where we are taking the, I mean, and we are testing there automatically, basically through spectroscopy. So that is where we are different than the existing system, basically.
तो ये कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस है या आप प्लांट लगाते हैं कुछ सालों में वो ठीक हो जाता है और उसके बाद?
नहीं, ये कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस.
कंटिन्यूअस
जहाँ पे आई मीन देयर इज ए पैरेलल सोर्स ऑफ, जैसे ड्रेन आ रहा है तो प्राइमरी ट्रीटमेंट तो आपको करना पड़ेगा वहाँ पे, फिर तो छोड़ना पड़ेगा. अभी क्या हो रहा है कि ड्रेन आ रहा है तो जो प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे हैं वही इनएफेक्टिव है, तो रिमेनिंग जो नाइट्रोजन फॉस्फोरस आ रहा है वो यूट्रोफिकेशन वगैरह वगैरह सब कुछ कर रहा है. तो ये तो ऐसा चीज नहीं कि आप 2 महीने में निकाल दोगे. ये डोजिंग करके जैसे बोल रहे हैं यहाँ पे कुछ भी ऐसे नहीं होता प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज दैट्स ए बायोमास यू आर एडिंग. So that has to be properly cleaned. It has to be segregated. It has to be properly, I mean, treated at the inlet. Then goes, then further treatments needed. And then there's a lagoon, industrial lagoons रहते हैं बहुत सारे. They're also the same process basically.
Okay. Just quickly, sir. Last, love to understand plan for the year, short term, medium term. What is the rollout plan?
Yeah.
While we understand that, I think a large part of this is driven towards licensing and you having to get into contracts, but you would have had can you give us some sense in terms of how you're looking at this medium term?
Sir, I mean, for wastewater, I mean, जो treatment plant है, it is more toward pharma के साथ हमारा, because we got a lot of good contacts and we are trying to get into, but उसके लिए भी testing trial and pilots needed. That goes about starts from 100 KLD to 1 MLD also, and these are big plants basically. So that is where we can easily fit in. Rather and otherwise Indian oil altogether, that is also we can do. But बात है कि Indian oil के लिए fire regulation हमको cross करना है. So that regulation taking itself is a 1 or 2 years affair, and also require funding for that. So this is something primary industry what we are looking, because that has a need. Also textile it can go. So textile and pharmaceutical, these are the two industry which can directly go, because there is no essential need of your fire regulation, regulatory things are not required. Actually एक पायलट ऑलरेडी होने वाला था. Unfortunately because of this मतलब last year there was a cash flow crunch and we couldn't, so उसी के चक्कर में मेरा पायलट डिले हो गया basically. And then this was also supposed to be installed in Indian Oil. So I focused more towards that, but I think because I got through DSIR, so I can get that, but I couldn't do that.
Got it.
And another one is human resource, lack of human resource. So we are staying in Bhubaneswar, that is in I mean in UP somewhere. So जाके वो लॉजिस्टिक फिट करने के लिए भी मेरे पास that ability is not there basically.
Understood.
So that's why I didn't look into that. But there is a need of that basically.
ठीक है. Perfect. Nothing for me. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much. I think absolutely wonderful. I think there are a few things that we will see how the result goes, but there are a few things that we are definitely very excited about.
Sure.
There are multiple ways in which we could engage, and we could also nurture. I think we will have conversations around it.
Sure, sir. Glad to do that.
And we'll take it forward from there.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.